Well, hello there. Welcome back. I'm Barabug, and today I'm going to be making donuts for the first time. Let's see how it turns out. In a half a cup of warm water between 100 and 110 degrees, I added 2 tablespoons of active dry yeast. To help speed up the yeast activation, I added 1 teaspoon of sugar. On a tared out scale, I'm going to add 2.5 cups or 312 roughly grams of flour. I'm going to clear out that scale once again, and now I'm going to add a 1/4 cup or about 31 grams of granulated sugar. Or in my case, you add about 56 grams of sugar. Oh no, pay attention, Bearbug. Wow, do you see that? That little bit of sugar just really activated that yeast. That's amazing. I make a well in the flour for all the wet ingredients to go into. First, I add 2 eggs. Then I'm going to add that extra foamy yeast. It looks like a science experiment in here. Let's plop in 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter at room temperature. Oh yeah, fresh nutmeg. You just can't beat it. Let's add about 1/2 teaspoon of that bad boy. The last thing I'm going to add to this dough is 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm going to gently combine the ingredients before adding it to the machine. And as they say, good enough. I add the bowl to the stand mixer with the dough hook at the speed 1 setting. The recipe called for about 8 minutes of hand kneading, but I'm a spoonie, so that's not happening. Let's throw it in the machine and save some energy. The dough was looking a little too wet to me. It was very humid outside today, so I added some more flour, just 1 scoop at a time till I found the right consistency and texture I was looking for. This dough is extra sticky, so I'm going to scrape down the sides and add just a little bit more flour so it's all incorporated. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. A sticky dough, but not too sticky. In a fresh clean bowl, I add a few glugs of avocado oil and spread it all around. Into the oiled bowl, I add that sticky dough. I'm going to cover it with plastic and leave it in the oven to rise and double in size. It takes about 2 hours. The dough doubled in size and is looking great. I'm just doing a quick test here. When you poke it, it should collapse. Since this dough is on the sticky side, let's be safe and add a lot of flour. As you can see here, the dough was incredibly easy to roll out. It literally only took moments, which is really nice. I started out with a biscuit cutter, but quickly grabbed my cookie cutters and also did some fun shapes with that. Don't forget to use those scraps left over after cutting them out. You can re-roll the dough once or twice and stamp out some more shapes. I grabbed the largest straw I can find so I can make little donut holes. It's time to heat up that vegetable oil, but ooh, that's mesmerizing. I like that. I let the dough rise for an additional 20 minutes before adding it to the 370-degree oil. I used wooden skewers, and I found that these are really helpful when making the donuts. Something that I noticed while making these donuts was wherever my thumb touched on the top of the donut, it left an indent, so try to be careful and gentle. I did struggle with the temperature a little bit in the beginning, but I felt like I got a good middle ground. These cook incredibly quick. I thought they were going to be raw in the middle, but was very pleasantly surprised to find out they were all cooked perfectly. These guys are pretty small donuts, not your usual size. They cooked in about 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, Bearbug, don't eat the donuts yet. They're still hot. They need to be put on paper towels and rest for about 20 minutes. But I really want one. This is where I deviate from the original recipe and just make my own basic toppings. The original recipe was for filling it with jelly, but I didn't have anything to pipe it with, so let's just do this. I heated up some chocolate chips, milk, and heavy cream in the microwave, and then added a little bit of this hot cocoa powder that I made. It's my own proprietary blend with a little bit of cinnamon. Now I'm going to make the traditional type of frosting. It's mostly powdered sugar. I add just a little bit of vanilla flavoring, which will change the color ultimately, and just a few drops of water. Stir it up like crazy. You'd be surprised, a little bit of liquid will go far. As you can see here, I just keep adding more powdered sugar until I get the consistency I'm looking for. Now that the donuts are mostly cool, I'm going to dunk them in the powdered sugar mix. It looks a little thick at first, but it will drip down and thin out. Oh my, this is so messy. What am I doing? I have no idea. Don't look at me. Okay, all judgments put aside. We're gonna start the chocolate now. It's pretty easy. You're gonna grip it, you're gonna dip it, and then leave it on the rack to dry. And what donut wouldn't be complete without a few sprinkles? Get those sprinkles on before the frosting dries, or else you'll end up like this where it just mostly bounces off. So get the sprinkles on quick. I also experimented with a grape jelly frosting. Let's zoom in and take a look at our good work here. I think Homer would be proud.
Doughnuts.
Thank you for watching. I hope you make your own donuts and enjoy the moment. See you next time. You can find the recipe down below in the description box.